Hey everybody, Matthew from Captive Audience Comics here with another CGC unboxing. We just got back a box of, I'm not sure, I think maybe it's 15 or 20, but nice box of stuff, fresh back from CGC that we're going to take a look at. I did notice that CGC, someone else had posted this, but they're actually putting a sticker on the top of the box that says, no, important notice, if you are not the intended recipient of this package or it is misplaced during shipment, please contact CGC. And then they actually put in CGC's contact information, phone number, and email address. So I guess they're just, we've never had any issues, knock on wood, but maybe if someone's package accidentally got misplaced, it's a way to help get your stuff back instead of trying to fight through insurance, which, you know, frankly, it's a good idea. If it helps save some packages from not going AWOL, then that's good. Also, we already did our updates on CGC's price updates for 2026, which are pretty high. In Canadian, the price updates are between sort of $5 and $14 Canadian, depending on the service, which is quite a bit. $5 Canadian on a modern increase. I think moderns were listed at what, 24, I think, right now. So they're going, you know, a $5 increase on 24. It's like a 20% increase on grading fees. So, you know, this could be CGC's way of trying to reduce the amount of new modern stuff getting graded that may be sort of on the bubble of whether or not it's worth actually doing based on the amount of money you would spend to clean and press and send it versus the market return. Which is an odd choice when you would think that they would want to have more grading because that's where they make their money. Maybe they want to steer people towards more valuable stuff. I don't know, but that's just what it is. And then of course that came right on the heels of a FedEx price increase as well, which is basically adding about $2 Canadian a book. So that is a sort of a double whammy, but it's outside of our control. First we have Astonishing X-Men number 4. This is from 2004. in a 9.6. We're just going to take a quick look. The case looks fine. I have to look at the notes to see why it's a 9.6. There is a little bit of, well, I mean, it's the whole inside inner well looks like they've kind of waved the book. Doesn't really look bent, but you can see that there's some sort of introduced humidity to the book. Maybe it was sitting in the warehouse open for too long. It's hard to say. It's the only thing I can see wrong with it. Maybe there's a little spine ticker on the side or something like that, but I always wonder when I see those 9.6s come back and they've got introduced waviness. And I don't mean like cockling at the edge. I mean like the actual book itself. I was watching a video on sort of relative humidity and the books when they get encapsulated, and of course with books being encapsulated in Florida, you know, differences in humidity are pretty big. Then a book comes up here where humidity right now is super low. You're going from a high humidity enclosed environment to a you know, a low humidity. So there's a Justice Society of America number 1. That is the 2007. And again, this book, same thing. This book inside of the case is just kind of like, I don't even know if I'll be able to show it on camera. You probably can't see it. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it there, the way the light reflects. It kind of, the book is actually slightly, the entire book is actually slightly waved inside of the inner well. I don't know. They really need to probably come up with a better case design that allows air exchange. I mean, technically there is some air exchange that happens, a little bit of air leakage, but not very much. X-Men number 5 in a 9.8. That's sort of a classic cover. First appearance of Maverick and Omega, well, not first appearance of Omega Red, but Omega Red appearance. Oh, now here's a cool book for all of you nostalgia seekers out there. Earthworm Jim, #1 from 1995 in a 9.8. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool book. And same thing, it's a 9.8, and it has those whole book waves inside of the inner well. So I'm guessing that is a straight up encapsulation issue. Because so far every book that's come out of here has had it regardless of grade. Green Lantern #25. First appearance of Larfleeze, Monk and Atrocitus in a 9.8. Same thing, waviness. So something else we can look out for in our slabs. I was also watching a video on like UV protection, how the slabs were marketed as UV reducing. And technically it's true. Yeah, it reduces the UV about 2 to 3%, which technically reduces the UV. But they certainly don't market it that way. They market it like it's, it's going to protect your comic from fading, because your comics will fade with UV light through your slab. And don't be fooled by LED lights. LED lights give off light in the UV spectrum as well. So, get LED lights in your house and you're displaying your stuff. You might want to think about getting some proper UV film, or Immaculate Comics sells these UVs. It's basically a piece of acrylic that sits inside of the shape of the slab. It fits right in there and blocks like, I don't know, like 97.5% of the UV that that comes out of there. So, all right. So these were kind of neat, actually. A customer had a few of these. Now, we knew one of these wasn't not as good a grade as the rest, but Gotham Sampler #1. And this is the Batman Day 2025 promotional giveaway. And of course, as you can see, it's got the Red Hood on the cover. That's the series that got canceled because the artists put their foot in their mouth. And in this day and age, I mean, to think that you can say something online that's not going to go crazy is just, I don't understand. And there's one in 9.8. I have kids, and I just tell my kids, I'm like, everything you say in any kind of digital version is forever. It doesn't matter if you delete it later, it exists forever. And those disappearing apps where what you write disappears, someone could screen capture that. And even if you get a notification that they screen capture it, someone could take a photo of it with their phone. Another copy, DTC sample #1. If their friend takes a photo of the screen with their phone, then you don't even know. So I just try to teach them not to, think that everything that you say and put on there, 30 years from now when you're applying for a job, all that stuff's going to be out there. So just think about how it's going to reflect. It's unfortunate. I grew up in an era where, I grew up pre-internet. We had 1200 baud modems when they first came out, which is, and I think that I'm not that old, but that's crazy how far we've come in the last, 40 years. G.I. Joe Real American Hero #21, First Storm Shadow in a 9.4. So, me and my friends used to do dumb stuff all the time, but we didn't have to worry about it being recorded forever. We could, become adults and put all that stupid stuff behind us. So I do feel a little bad for the kids these days, as we say when we're getting older. Punisher #224 in a 9.8. This is a mix of client books and our books in this submission. We have a Amazing Spider-Man number 4 from that's the 2014, where Cindy Moon becomes Silk in a 9.8. And it's funny, there's a little tiny like piece of something inside this. You probably can't even see it. It's right above my finger here. A little tiny piece here. It's just a little piece of something inside there, and it's kind of like it's statically attracted to my hand. I was able to move it off to the side of the case. We did have an issue where we had a slab, had a little tiny sliver of acrylic on the inside between the inner well and the acrylic case. So it looks like when they sealed the acrylic case, there was like a little tiny piece of plastic on the edge, and it actually came loose during shipping, because in the pictures of the scans, it's not there. And luckily I had to send that back and get that taken care of. So an Amazing Spider-Man 365, First Spider-Man 2099, and a 9.6. These are good books to have in 9.8. 9.6 is okay, but 9.8 is what you're looking for. It's just because they're so thick, they tend to always have a little tiny color break on the spine, or the hologram is roughed up or something like that, right? This book is not one of ours. This is a customer's. That customer that had multiples of these out. Hulk 340 in a 9.8 with the custom label. Now, the funny thing is that we've sent off 4. Well, we've sent off 6. This is the 4th one to come back. We've gotten 2 9.8s, I think a 9.6 and a 9.4. One of the 9.8s, they upcharged us from the basic, because we submitted it under the basic pricing tier. One of them, they upcharged us, and the other one, they didn't. So they're just like all over the place when they're deciding market values of, you know, whatever. We have a Red Hood number 1, the Bolland variant cover in a 9.8. So obviously, you know, series that were canceled are always going to be highly collectible because of the controversy and the number of books in circulation. And then we have Red Hood number 1. This is the EOM variant foil cover in a 9.8. Well, there you go, folks. That's it for this one. I think that everyone should be happy with how things came back. If you saw any of your books in here, we'll be sending out a notice that we have them for you. We have another box on the way back as well, with a mix of various clients' submissions. But we will take a video of that when it comes in. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao.